All right, brother, hold up. It's the man of knowledge coming at your way. Check it in. Check it out. Peace. So this video topic is going to be about, will there be an NFL season? Stephen A. shares his thoughts on this. I had already done this video. Messed around, fucked around, and deleted it out of my file. But we back now, so check it out.
It is serious. It makes you sit up and take notice and say, hey, look, these are the kind of things.
And for the most part, or ostensibly, or allegedly, Doug Peterson got the coronavirus. Oh, that's bullshit. But check it out.
That member clubs were worried about. These are the kind of things that they expected, but when it happens, it really does. It kind of takes your breath away for a minute, and you go, okay, hey, let's just figure out and make sure everything's going okay here, and that he is going to be okay long term. Before we just dismiss it and go, hey, well, it's just one person. Well, Doug Peterson carries a lot of weight in this league. This is a Super Bowl winning coach, and we're talking about an individual's life and their long term health. So that is a big deal. That being said, I think the individual clubs are doing a good job, at least, according to what I have heard and the people who I talk to, as far as continuing to perfect and kind of really dial in on these procedures and protocols and really keep everyone's feet to the fire as far as doing the right thing. This is a season about trust, Molly, Stephen. It really is more so than any other
A season of trust or a season of deception?
Season, a season about trust, not just what you do in the building.
Once again, brothers, I've been asking y'all, why were they so heavy on bringing the NBA back during this time period that we're in, during this stage of life that we're in? I go to show you, sports is just a distraction. Look at what sport means. Sport is a joke, entertainment.
And on the football field, but in particular what you're doing away from the football field. And the league is going to great lengths to not only educate the players and the coaches and the football staff, but they're going to great lengths to really educate their families, allow their families the opportunity to ask questions.
Educate their families or to deceive their families?
About what exactly is in place as far as procedures for my loved ones who are actually coming into the facilities and playing this sport. What procedures are in place to protect them? What procedures do I need to be following at home in order to protect myself and my loved one that is participating in the NFL?
Protect themselves or to deceive and indoctrinate themselves?
And there are some absolutely, just tremendous trainers and doctors who are working day and night to try and make sure that this stays on track. They are prepared, though. They know there's going to be positives. They know that there could potentially be more opt-outs. They know that they have to have contingency plans, not only for if the head coach gets sick, like Doug Peterson got sick, but...
All right, now check that out. Pay close attention to all the athletes that they're showing in this film here. Don't be surprised if these brothers be the ones something happens to, get sick or catch the coronavirus and things of that nature and all this other shit. Don't be surprised. You had Aaron Rodgers. You saw Baker Mayfield. Here you see Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry. You saw Michael Thomas and Drew Brees. Okay.
But if offensive coordinators, quarterback coaches, trainers, support staff,
There's Baker. There's Baker Mayfield again. Now notice he has on 6. You saw Aaron Rodgers with 12. You saw Drew Brees 9. Okay? 3 3s, 6 6 6.
Who is next in line? If the GM got sick, if the director of player personnel got sick, the pro director, the college director, they're having to prepare for...
Here you see Carson Wentz.
So many different contingencies, and it is a huge undertaking, but they are committed to trying to make this work. They are committed to making sure that they are testing regularly and making sure as soon as something crops up, they're able to contain it so it doesn't just go widespread and just derail the whole thing. Because Stephen A. is right. There is a lot of money at stake. A lot of money. And I know we don't...
That's all what it's about, man. Because NFL is a premises, a business. Okay? Me personally, I think the NFL is a better business than the NBA. I think it's well organized. I honestly do. But yeah, man, it's all about the Benjamins.
I don't like to really reference that in the middle of a pandemic. But that's just the way it is. That's
pandemic, aka panic, aka Pan. Pan was a Greek god.
Really what it is. It's big business, just like it's big business in college. That's why this stuff continues
And this is where they get the term pansexual.
to be pushed forward, because people could stand to lose a lot of money if it doesn't get played. So in the NFL, I know in particular, in my area that I know the most people, they're doing everything they can. The players have a right to question everything that's being done. The players have a right,
Do they? Because I'm still trying to find out about the brothers who was doing all this protesting and kneeling and shit, talking about Black Lives Matter. Well, yeah, you talk about they got a right, because freedom of speech. Well, hey, what about freedom? What about freedom itself, period? Just pack your bags if you don't like America. Take you and your pro-black shit and you can get the fuck out. And roll. I don't see why these brothers ain't doing it. Why they coming back out on the field, coming back to the plantation, getting slaved, being enslaved, and then as soon as they get done dirty, now Black Lives are supposed to matter. Brothers, I can't tell you what just happened last night, but we're gonna continue the clip.
like Devin McCourty just said the other day, to have enough time to make informed decisions.
Something happened personal, and I'm not even gonna get into it, but check it out.
Decisions about whether they need to opt out, and the NFL needs to be respectful of that. They need to work together. That's the key going forward in this season in order to keep it on track. The players.
Anybody who needs to work together needs to be the so-called black people.
Union and the owners need to work together. You cannot be.
That's the thing. I don't understand also why the so-called black people always want to work together when it comes to sports and barbecues, and in comedy clubs and entertainment, etc. But when it comes to actual business or promoting and supporting their own, some always has to resort to violence.
Button heads about things going into this season. You just can't, especially not on this issue. Louis Riddick, I completely,
Allegedly.
1,000% agree with you, and I appreciate the point about economics that you've brought up, because I've been bringing it up on several occasions, and I'm dead serious about this. Certainly, again, safety protocols have to be exhausted. We understand that. The health and well-being of the athletes themselves and everybody involved, coaches and beyond, the bottom line is you've got to prioritize safety, but we throw aside economics like it shouldn't matter, but the reality is it always does.
Yes. Exactly. Once again, NFL is a business. It is a corporation. Okay?
We've got folks, I hate to break it to people.
Motherfuckers sound like a car that won't start.
But you know what? We've got folks working in the supermarkets. How much money are they making? We've got medical professionals working. How much money?
Man, I don't know, bro. You tell me, man.
Money are they making? We've got law enforcement officials, firemen, and others that are working. How much money are they making? They're putting themselves on the line, their health on the line, their lives on the line every single day. Now, obviously,
allegedly,
when you think about athletes themselves and the actual sports that are being played, what I get tired of is folks saying, you know what, the games are not that important. I've never brought up the game. What I brought up is who the game employs, because there's a multitude of people that are.
Could you explain the difference of that?
Are employed, thousands upon thousands of people that are employed by these leagues. And I got news for everybody.
Yes. They're spending their money to be entertained and being held back and set back and being trapped into this matrix that they're being sold. This is why this is the point of this channel, to unemploy yourselves from these leagues. Yes, you can still turn on your TV and help the ratings bump and watch and be entertained. But brothers, just see it as entertainment. Don't worship and idolize and pedestalize these athletes. Whether they're from the NBA, NFL, hell, NHL, whatever you watch, man. MMA, UFC. Okay? Because all that's idolatry. Don't worship these guys, man. Just see them for what they're for.
Body in America and beyond. Let's take into account these billionaire owners that want to make their money. Excuse me, there are people who are not billionaires, not even millionaires, hell, not even thousandaires.
Nigga said thousandaires, man.
That are working under these folks that are getting paid and relying upon the league and the games themselves about a check.
I recently saw a report where in college football, let's say, for example, Alabama doesn't have a football season and they don't play. Guess what? It's projected to cost the local economy in Tuscaloosa in excess of $200 million. How many people do you think are going to lose their jobs if those games don't take place? These are the kind of things that are an absolute reality. And so when you look at it from that perspective, you can't just look at professional football or any professional sport that matters. I ain't even bring up college, but especially in the realm of professional sports.
I don't blame you.
You can't just look at it and say, you know something, the games are not that important. It's not about the game. It's about people's livelihood and quality of life. Because whether we like it or not, there are some people that would rather, regardless of how dangerous it is, and they know it's dangerous and they're scared as hell, but they would rather go out there and embrace the challenge of trying to maintain.
All right, now they got two liberal so-called black men, and in the middle of them is a so-called white female wearing pink. That's to represent her as the mother goddess, okay? She's also liberal as well.
Elevate their
guarantee you
quality of life rather than staying at home indefinitely while we wait for a vaccine or some kind of therapeutic treatment and watch our quality of life disintegrate before our very eyes.
Let me tell you this, man. For all you brothers, man, who want to go get that coronavirus shot, it was nice knowing you. Because your life ain't going to disintegrate. It's going to be over.
That is the reality that everybody has to embrace. And I'm sure you agree with me, Lewis.
Well, absolutely. I'm sure he does, because you're maybe his handler. Well, look, brother, that's all I wanted to touch on, man. Just wanted to ask you, brother, share my thoughts on will there even be an NFL season. You brothers can go down in the comment section and comment. Share your thoughts, like the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, man, peace.